Hi guys, and welcome to another episode, or the only episode, of Food with Kevy. Today we are going to be making a beautiful homemade pumpkin pie, and we have a special guest. Food with Toto! Alright guys, as you can see, I am prepared with my very fancy apron. So I've already prepared the pumpkins. I took the stem off, as you can see. Cut it in half, set the oven to 375, and then I put the pumpkins on a baking sheet and spread them all with canola oil. So we let those cook for an hour, and we're just going to scrape it off. I know that you guys can see it's green, but that's just organic pumpkins right there, Cinderella. So let's do it. Normally on Food with Dottie, we're cooking pretty natural, healthy, organic stuff, and our pumpkins are natural and organic, but today, we are just going to be making the most tasty, scrumptious Coco McHugh pie, which means a lot of cream, a lot of fat, and a lot of goodness. Butter. So right now, we are scraping the pumpkins into the puree machine. We're going to puree it right now, and I'm going to get Mrs. Coco McHugh over here to work the puree machine because I don't know.
Very simple. You just turn it off.
Alright, Coco, so what are we doing right now?
We're getting 29 ounces of pumpkin
Of
puree,
the pie filling, right? Yeah.
Puree into a bowl after we pureed it.
That looks pretty orange, right?
Oh, it looks pretty green.
Well, for us colorblind people, that's a nice looking pumpkin pie filling. Alright, so right now, Coco is working on some pie crust that she's already made. And you want to tell them how you made it?
Sure. You take 2 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a
cup of butter, right? Half a cup of shortening.
Half a cup of butter, half a cup of shortening. I mix the shortening and butter all together before I put it into the flour, and then I mix it with a pastry brush. Pastry brush until it's crumbly. And I set aside a glass of cold water with ice in it because it needs to be ice cold. And then I take 6 tablespoons of cold water and mix it in there, but you don't want to over mix it, so you just mix it
a little bit at a time, right?
No, you mix it all,
okay.
But you mix it with your pastry brush until it comes to a little ball. You want to make sure it's a ball. You can put your hands in there and make sure it's a ball. Put it in the refrigerator for about a half an hour until it firms up, and then you can roll it on your pastry or just a board of
wood cutting block or something?
Wood board.
Okay.
I just happen to have a pie board. Now if you don't have time to make your own pie crust, you can always go to the store and they have already made pie crust.
Pre-made pie crust?
Pre-made.
Does that sound pretty good? Have you tried it?
It is pretty good, yeah. Okay, I floured the board and the rolling pin, and I'm gonna take and start rolling from the inside out. Because you want it to be nice and...
Is that so it doesn't break or something?
No, it's so it's even.
Oh, okay.
You want the pie crust to be as even as it can be.
Should it roll pretty easily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a butter knife. Okay, I'm gonna take the dough and wrap it around
The pin?
the pin, and I'm gonna lay my pie plate here. Just gonna lower it into the pie plate. Make sure it's even.
That looks beautiful.
And then I'm going to cut around the pie outside the
Around
crust.
the edges?
Mm-hmm. So that I can form an edge. Okay, then I roll my edges kind of underneath because I'm going to make a pretty...
This is all decorative?
Mm-hmm. This will be, yes.
Okay.
When I'm done, I just roll it.
The great thing about this crust is that it can be used for pretty much anything. Pot pies, sweet pies, doesn't matter. But the one thing that my mom said is that if you make a sweet pie, that she likes to, just for added flavor, add about a tablespoon of sugar. So, fun fact. Also, if you don't have a garden or you're not growing pumpkins, it's no big deal. My mom personally likes to use this Libby's 100% pure pumpkin, and and it's all natural, and it's actually just pumpkins, and it won't look so green, but this is also a good alternative.
When I'm making my crust, I just pinch a little bit to make this crust. Just makes it nicer. That's when you're doing a pie without a crust over the top.
The shell or whatever. Alright, so now we're going to start working on the pie filling. So we've got 4 eggs in there.
4 large eggs.
And we're whipping those up.
We're going to put a teaspoon of salt. 2 teaspoons.
So we're putting the teaspoon of salt into... Well, how much?
1.5 cup of sugar.
1.5 cups of sugar and a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon.
Right. 1/2 teaspoon of clove. 1 teaspoon of ginger. And you're going to mix that up.
So what do you want first?
And you're going to put your pumpkin mixture into the egg.
Is there a one that you should put in first, or does it really matter?
No, this is what you do first.
Okay.
You add the puree to the egg, and then you mix that. Then you add your sugar ingredients. Sorry. And then I have 24 ounces of 1/2 and 1/2 that I'm going to slowly add into the mixture.
Now, most recipes for pumpkin pie call for evaporated milk, right?
Right, but I like the 1/2 and 1/2 better.
Just because of the consistency or the taste? Or
The taste.
Oh, okay.
It's the taste. I'm not a big evaporated milk fan, sorry. But you can use either. Okay, now that we have it all mixed, we're going to pour it into our pie shells. We're going to bake this for at 425 for
15
about
minutes.
15 minutes. Then we're going to turn down the oven to 350 and bake it from 40 to 50 more minutes until you put a little knife in there and it comes out clean.
All right, let's do it. And we should be smelling those pumpkin aromas pretty soon. Alright, well, Coco has to run. She's going to go to work to do some more culinary perfection, but she's going to leave the fun part to us. And we would just like to thank Coco for guest starring on the show today. She's done a wonderful job. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Hope you enjoy.
Alright, and as you can see, miraculously orange. Beautiful looking. We're gonna let that sit. Alright guys, thank you for watching this episode of Food with Kevy. Maybe if you guys like it enough, I can do more. I'm about to dig into this pie. We made a little homemade whipped cream with just cream and sugar and putting that in the KitchenAid. Here we go. That is good. Alright, and don't forget, if you guys like watching these videos, subscribe please, and leave a comment, thumbs up, whatever you want. And be sure to send us some pictures of your green organic pumpkin pie that tastes exactly like orange pumpkin pie.
Take 6 tablespoons of cold water. Let me do that again.